Good morning, everybody. Today is a pretty special run. I am in the Asics Megablast, and I am taking it for 26.2 miles. That's right. This is a marathon Sunday.
Your mileage getting insane. Marathon monolith, mashing up your craniums. Megablast, make them last a monstrous.
Okay, warmed up, got some shots. I'm going in an out and back, 13.1 out, 13.1 back, and the idea behind this run is just how I would be running my normal long runs. I'm not trying to push for any specific pace. Of course, the Megablast is trying to push for a specific pace, but I'm just going to let it rock, try to enjoy myself, not apply too much pressure to the distance, because it's really not that different than doing 22. The reason for doing this is that going into both of my previous marathons, I felt really anxious about the distance. And I'm not gonna lie, last night I felt really anxious about the distance of today. But the only way to quell an anxiety of this type is frankly to live through it. And that's what I intend to do right now, is to live through the distance one more time, closer in my memory to my last race. Not cramp, right? Because both of my previous 26-mile efforts, I cramped pretty bad. And not bonk or anything of the sort. Just keep it steady, let the chips fall where they may. Maybe take some videos here and there, and roll with the punches. The route is going to be a little annoying to start out with, because it has a really cambered path, which is exactly what I don't want in these shoes. But I think once you get around 4 miles into my route today, it becomes extremely flat and really nice trail. Around 4 miles in. So the vast majority of it, even the 2 that I've already done, were mostly on flat surfaces. It's only like a section of about 2-ish miles total on the way out and on the way back that are going to be a little irritating on my feet and legs. Megablast, I took it out a couple times this week. Honestly, the lace bite's only gotten worse, except for today. So far today, this is the best they've fit. And no real complaints, except on my left I do still feel a little bit of lace bite, but that could be residual bruising from the entire saga that I've been suffering from with these, with the Primex Strong, with the Evo SL. So I'm not too concerned about the lace bite after putting them on today. The weird foot twisting sensation too is a little bit more minimized today. I might have just gotten them to fit right. They might have broken in. Who actually knows? This is one of the few hills also on this. There's like 2 hills, and they're not super challenging. I deliberately wore a shirt today that is expendable, because temperature by the time I'm finishing this, is going to be around 80. I feel bad for everybody running wine glass this year, today, right now. They've started. And it's not too warm right now. I guess it's probably around 65 or a little over. But by the end of it, they're actually going to see even higher temperatures. I think because of the highway of it all, or maybe the southern tier is just a little warmer than Rochester today. Not sure, but yeah, they're cooked. I have a couple people I'm rooting for in it, so hopefully the summer training helps them out, helps me out, and we're just used to the heat. First gel down at 5 miles. I'm holding a really good pace. I might have to take my shirt off though. It is already soaked through. It's a beautiful day. Shirt came off, instantly felt incredible. Now my biggest obstacle, which really isn't an obstacle at all, is that I'm running directly into the sun and I kind of just can't see. And, you know, depending on how you think of it, that might be a perk of the route that I took, because if you can't see, you don't know how far you've gone. It's got to be good for you. So far, feeling pretty good. The right shoe is not fitting quite right, and it's applying a strange pressure to the top of my foot. But I don't want to stop yet because I'm feeling fluid otherwise. This is truly a beautiful run. This might be one of my favorite routes. It's definitely not as flat as I remember it from last time. But I'm also wearing taller shoes. We're gonna have a big discussion about the Megablast after this, because there are some goods, there are definitely some bads. I'm probably gonna have to slow it down on part of the way back. I'm over pushing myself right now, which was a risk I knew could occur. The trail has become proper trail now. It's like dust and light, small gravel. And that's not what these shoes are made for. They're doing okay with it, it's just not what they're made for. This gravel trail is somewhat restorative on the legs, even if I am slipping around a little bit. This has turned into more of an effort than it was supposed to be, but I'm in too deep. I'm not running marathon pace or like target marathon pace, but I'm flirting with it occasionally. I'm feeling good. The return journey will tell me everything. It's eerie how still this canal is. Because it's the Erie Canal. I'm just cooking along. Didn't want you guys to think that I abandoned you, but I'm probably gonna abandon you for like a good 10, maybe. I'll let you know when I hit halfway, and then I'll probably abandon you forever and ever. I feel good. If I can feel like this on the day, that'll be a huge victory. I'm not overperforming today, or I'm not hitting like goal marathon pace today, but I feel really good where I'm at. Okay, that's 13.1 and 146. So I have to negative split the way back to get sub 330. We'll see if it happens. I'm not going to be upset if it doesn't. I do feel like I'm starting to fade a little bit. Then again, the early miles, first two, were at 950 and like 850 pace because of the camera shots. So we'll just see how it plays out, you know? I do definitely feel a little faded after this. So the comment on the Megablast prevailing for me is that it does feel somewhat effortful to get the bounce. There are horses down there, but I don't know if I could pop through the jungle to show you. I give up. I'm about to hit 19. The proverbial wall. I'm really feeling it. I'm glad I did this. It gives me a good idea of where I'm at. I needed to bring more water with me today. It's hot. 20.2. 6 miles to go. I just had a water fountain save my life. I'm coming to you live from the grass. I am having an extremely challenging time standing up. Just had a nice little cry, but ended the run with a new marathon PR. Oh, it's gone. It was 3:41 and change. I will talk to you in a minute. Okay, I'm showered. I'm still not quite whole, but it's been about 20 minutes. I've had a couple more crying breaks. Feels really good to have PR'd in the marathon. That wasn't quite what I set out to do. I figured it was inevitable given the last time I PR'd, the conditions that I was in, and then the months of training leading up to today. This was really a dry run. I wanted to get an idea of where I'm at fitness-wise and without breaking the bank or going to the well or whatever weird Western adage you want to use to describe destroying yourself. I was able to pull off a pretty handy-dandy, 12-minute PR, so that feels really good. I was on track for a much, much better PR, about up to maybe 19 miles. I mean, the proverbial wall sort of kicked in at 19, but it also sort of didn't until 21 and a half-ish. At 19, I slowed, and that's when it dawned on me that the rest of the run was basically uphill. It wasn't actually the rest of it that was uphill, but there were a series of hills from 19 all the way to 23 and a half. And then it sort of leveled out with a little bit of up and down. But yeah, I goofed in planning that route. I didn't realize how impactful the late hills were going to be. I think that also the gravel at around mile 13 changed the nature of the running and stressed my body in a different way. I'm used to very high impact, concrete and asphalt, and this was loose dirt path. And it definitely changed the way that I was running, but I mean, overall, I can't be happier with that. I mean, that was fantastic. I think that this is the first time that I failed in a psychological way before a physical way. So on my 2 previous marathons, I cramped way before any psychological challenges set in. This time around 21 and a half, I think, was the first time. Maybe it was 22 and a half that I walked for the first time. And I'm not one to walk on my long runs unless it's getting water or some really important reason. And this was not an important reason. It was a psychological breakdown. And I think I was just pressing the pace too long into the distance, where even after I hit 19, I was still trying to hang on to 8 or even below, right? So that's, I mean, and I knew my body wasn't going to do that anymore, and yet that's what I was still trying to do. And then it was slipping, and yeah, not what you want. Let's talk about the Megablast. I'm going to set up, make it look all nice and stuff for y'all. I wanted this to face the backyard, but the way that the sun is coming, this is just how we're going to do it, so bear with me. Megablast don't think it was the right shoe for today, but I don't think it was horrifically incorrect either. I think that sort of what I noticed in it is the fun character that I've been really enjoying about it sort of disappeared about halfway through, and I was just left with a pretty firm shoe that could not handle my falling apart stage. Right, so if you're not going to fall apart, this might actually still be good. But I fell apart. Don't plan on falling apart, obviously. You want to run with strength throughout the duration of your race. Ideally, that's what we all would like to do. I might actually die standing here, so if I die standing here, I don't know how this got uploaded, but... Yeah, it was in the beginning bugging me on my right foot with just crimping my front toes too tightly, but I didn't get any of the big toe rubbing on my right foot that I was experiencing before. I didn't get any of the lace bite that I've been experiencing. I mean, at the very beginning I did, but that disappeared immediately. So I think that my foot has started to heal tendon-wise from the lace bite that I had initially in this, that I believe was from the Prime Strung. So I think that's pretty much resolved. The fit was really good, no heel slip. It did feel a little weird on my right foot. I didn't have it fit correctly on my right foot, but it didn't give me the problems that it was giving me initially. So that's great news. Yeah, it wasn't as bouncy as I remember it being, unfortunately, and I don't know if that was a characteristic of the pace that I was hitting. Maybe I was just, my calves are beat up. I mean, I did go to the gym 3 times this week, and I did squats twice. So that might explain partially why I fell apart at the end, because the first thing that started to cramp for me was my quads, and it wasn't until the very end that I got any cramps, but the quads were the first thing to go, and then my outer hips, which, again, that's probably because I was doing squats, something that the squats work. I don't really think it was the shoes, but having the higher drop brings the load higher up on your body. Could be a contributing factor. Probably not the prime factor here. I mean, I did go to the gym twice this week, so I don't have much more to say about this. I need to put myself through a blender or something to restore equilibrium to my body. So I'm going to go blend myself, maybe boil myself, and come back a new person with new molecular constructs made of foam. I'll be back as a foam person.
Hawk, what do you see?
I love my dogs a lot. They're very good.
Strider, are you good? Yeah.